Attention motherfuckers. Prepare yourselves for total awesomeness. It is now time for the Big Bad Dumb Show, broadcasting from the Rocket Blab Studios in Columbus, Ohio. It may seem odd to have a computer-generated voice doing the show intro, but since YouTube wants to flag any and all sounds or music as copyright violations, this is the best we could come up with that was within our budget. So now we'll see what royalty-free music we could find to use as a buffer as we transition to the human hosts of the show. Oh, and Scott Gimple, you still sue up?
Iguodala to inbound. Shumpert trying to stay with Curry. Catches one dribble, steps back, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound tip taken by Spades. Final seconds. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Told you.
Oh yeah, you told me. You told me all right.
I told you that they were going to win.
Yeah. That's the conversation we had.
I mean, there's not like there's any evidence to,
Cleveland's long sports nightmare
anything different.
Ended. The
Right.
drought is over.
I doubted them on purpose.
52 years.
I'm going to tell you why.
Time to celebrate a title.
The first New England
And the emotions for LeBron
Patriots
James,
championship,
who delivers on his
I said they suck, they're horrible, they're terrible, they're never going to win anything. That entire season I said they're terrible. And they won it all.
Right. I credit.
I didn't even watch.
Right.
And
I credit the win to me moving to Ohio.
No, that has nothing to do with it. And then
It's just
I didn't
I
watch.
moved to Ohio. The Cavs become champions. Coincidence? I think not.
I didn't watch any of Game 5.
Right.
I watched nary a minute of Game 6. And then I watched the last 10.6 seconds of Game 7.
Sure.
From the point where LeBron should have broken his arm, should have broken his wrist.
Yeah.
From Draymond, dirty player Green.
Right. But I have to give it up to Draymond. As much as I fucking dislike that guy,
Yeah.
he played an amazing ball game.
Sure, but nobody else showed up.
Right. Right. Well, what's funny is there's this guy called Tommy on Twitter, and one of his Twitter posts was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And it was directed at Aisha Curry, and he wrote, I could build Trump's wall with all the bricks Steph Curry threw this series.
Well, and you know,
dude,
and that had nothing to do with the NBA being rigged.
Right,
either,
right.
You know,
but I died laughing when
dude,
I saw that.
I can't get over, like, these women ruin everything. Okay,
right.
These wives who don't do anything but maybe run an organization or something that their husband starts, or just spending his money,
right?
Really,
right?
And watching the kids and shit like this.
Well, there's this kid
and
called.
They gotta run their mouth.
There's this kid called Ronald Jones, and you gotta hear what he says, and it's
like,
fucking epically hilarious.
What you doing? Bitch, you the reason we lost. Why you can't just be a wife? Why you can't be like LeBron wife and shut your ass up? But now you want to bring all the attention to Curry. Got my nigga out there playing like trash, cause my nigga was out there whole shooting threes like Shaq at the free throw line. But now your waffle head ass just had to run your fucking mouth. Your little go-kart wheel head ass. Then the bitch gonna delete the fucking post like half the world ain't seen that shit already. Bitch, that shit that been screenshotted 5 million times before you deleted that shit. You should have kept it up there. See, bitches like you made me sick. Why you can't just be grateful? Bitch, you got $1 million man with pretty eyes. Why you just can't be grateful? Why the fuck you gotta go up there posting shit? You know damn well that's gonna bring attention to him. Bitch, I hope you get like Ike on your ass when y'all get to the house. Curry, sock that hoe. Fuck that, sock that bitch, Curry.
No, don't ever.
No. Shut up. Y'all would never lost. She would just shut her damn mouth. The game is rigged. The game is rigged. We already thought the fucking game was rigged. Why you had to come tell us? Go tell Curry that shit. Damn. Bitch, you the reason LeBron James so damn crunk. Got this nigga blocking shots from half court and shit. Man, ain't never seen nobody jump that damn far. That nigga up that hole like this.
Oh, man.
$1, whatever the fuck his name in that hole like this. LeBron, nope. Bitch, they was winning 3-1. They was winning 3-1. These bitches came back and made it 3-3. Don't you think that's enough weight on fucking Curry's shoulder? But nah, he go home to get in the damn his big ass hot tub. He see this dumb ass wife saying that NBA rigged. Now the Illuminati finna shoot his ass in the kneecaps. Bitch, appreciate your blessings and stay in your lane. Shit.
Stay in your lane, he says.
Oh man! But I just thought it was hilarious because he was the part that I laughed at the hardest was when he was like, "You got LeBron James out there, freaking blocking shots from half court."
From half court. And he just poses up. You know, the reason it went silent
is because
he's posing up with his arm back, like pretend to be LeBron jumping through the air,
like he's flying through the air from half court.
And it would take that long to get there.
Right
from there. Block the shot.
Oh man.
LeBron played like a man possessed.
Oh, dude.
After
Kyrie Irving, the heart and soul that man played with in Game 7 is undeniably.
I couldn't tell you because I didn't even see the 3. Like that, I'm telling you, that's how late I tuned in.
Yeah.
Because I was flipping back when we were watching a movie,
mm-hmm.
and I was flipping back and forth between the movie,
right,
Blade 2,
mm-hmm.
and that's how that's how far I was going to avoid watching,
right?
Because I hadn't watched,
mm-hmm.
and as soon as I start watching, they'd start losing,
right?
So I turned the channel. I'm telling you, dude. I was the reason why they went down by 5 in the fourth quarter.
Dude,
so I changed the channel back to Blade 2. Wife's pissed off.
Right. She wants to watch the game.
She wants to watch Blade 2.
Oh, got it.
So I'm going back and forth.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to watch that movie.
Right.
And then I'm like, Game of Thrones is starting anyway.
Right.
So then we Game of Thrones did up
mm-hmm.
for an hour.
Right.
And then I come back after that was over. And and like I said, I saw the replay of Kyrie hitting the 3 to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, all right, that's comfortable enough. I can sit here and watch this last bit.
Right.
But man,
yeah, dude. I mean, I turned the game on exactly at 8 when the game started, And dude, I was on the edge of my seat.
I couldn't do it.
Game.
I wouldn't. I would.
Dude,
there's no way I could do that.
I was so nervous, dude. Because
my gut would just been upside down.
Oh, dude. I mean, it was a roller coaster of emotions.
I mean, it was tied the whole time, right?
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, it was
no.
tied.
So dude, it was a close game the entire way through. I mean, you had the first quarter where the Cavs were up by, I think it was like a point.
Yeah.
And then you had the second quarter where the Cavs were down a couple of points.
Yeah.
And then, quarter 3, we were back up.
Yeah.
And then it was so close.
Yeah.
It was such a close point game that you were like, fuck, this can go either way.
Well,
you know what I mean?
What to me, as I was going, I caught the score in the first quarter, caught the score in the second quarter. It was tied. It was tied in the third when I looked. It was tied in the fourth when I looked.
Right.
And then they were up by 3 when I came back for the last bit.
Yeah.
But that whole time, I'm like, if they're not getting blown out in Oakland, it's never Cleveland's got a shot.
Yeah, Zoltan and George and myself were literally Facebook messengering each other the entire game, and we're like, "Oh my god!
Yeah,
oh my god!"
Yeah, it's historic on two levels. No team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit to win the NBA championship. We saw Golden State do it against OKC to win the Western Conference championship, which that had been done. I think Boston might have done that one year, in 2008, to win the conference championship. To come back.
I believe that was when the Lakers and
it was Lakers and Celtics, and then Celtics won it Game 6 in LA, I think, with a blowout. Destroyed Kobe's team by like 40. In that game. Which I was happy about that one. And then you have, it's the first championship for Cleveland in 56 years.
52,
54, 56. Everybody says different numbers.
Yeah.
So it's been forever. A century, a half a century.
More than a half a century.
Half a century of no professional championships.
And he just broke that.
And
now I keep hearing rumors. Everybody keeps talking that now he's going to leave for San Antonio. Let me just
San Antonio, OKC, LA.
Let me just tell everyone out there. LeBron is not leaving Cleveland. He just won a championship. No. He just won one championship.
Correct.
With Cleveland.
Correct. He said, "I'm coming back to give you one."
Right. And he's not going to leave just to give them one. He's going to stay at least for another championship. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
All right. Cleveland can't give him max money.
What's that?
Cleveland can't give him max money, max contract money.
Well, they can give him bonus money, and he's going to get bonus money more out of Cleveland with the team he's playing with now than him going anywhere else.
He just signed a $1 billion contract with Nike.
Which I don't think money is an issue for him.
It's not.
Right.
But like Tiger Woods, he don't play the game for the game. He played the game for the cheese.
Well, dude, when you're a billionaire, you play the game.
How much is enough? How much is enough?
You'd have to ask
more.
You'd have to ask an oil tycoon that.
More. No, you can ask LeBron. LeBron, you have enough money for 10 lifetimes. Your kids are going to be set. Your grandkids and your great-grandkids are going to be. How much more do you need? More. Otherwise, he would have said, "You know what, Nike? I'll just sign for $500 million."
Well, I don't think he particularly thinks like that. You know what I mean? I think this deal was a good deal. The Nike deal, obviously, is a great deal.
He doesn't need the money.
But now,
that's not what I'm saying.
But now I think he's in that mindset.
There's a difference between
I don't need the money.
There's a difference between need and want. There's a difference between need and want.
But that's what I'm saying, though.
He's at a point now with him doing this. He is going to be the spokesperson for everything on the face of the fucking earth.
But he's
in this country.
But
in
he's
China,
not going to leave.
Everything else.
He's not going to leave Cleveland for a sports team that does not have the team, regardless whether they have LeBron or not, does not have the capacity to go to the finals.
If you had LeBron in OKC right now,
sure,
with those three guys,
sure,
Russell Westbrook, LeBron,
sure, but they're not trying to get him over there.
It hasn't even started yet.
Right.
Every team in the NBA wants LeBron on their team.
Right. Yeah, he's not.
Whether you can get him on your team or not,
let me tell you,
you'll sit and the draft is coming up, right?
He's not leaving.
The Lakers have the number 2 pick.
He's not leaving.
I'm telling you,
I'll just keep telling you, he's not leaving.
But they won 2 championships in Miami.
Right.
It didn't. It took them 2 seasons to get it sorted out, and then they got it sorted out and they won 2 championships.
Right. But he also wasn't playing with the caliber of players. During his time when he went to the finals but never won with Cleveland.
Correct. He was the only one.
Right. So
correct.
Now he has a super dynamic group.
This team, as it's structured right now, in my opinion, is a one-off. This isn't.
Kyrie is not a one-off. In my opinion.
Kyrie's not a one-off.
Right.
That bench is terrible.
But they need to get rid of
the
Love,
bench is
for
terrible.
Sure. They need to.
Yes, Mozgov.
Yeah,
got to go. Kevin Love.
Right,
got to go.
Got to go.
Okay.
However,
Mo Williams,
his defending game
got to go.
His defending game in Game 7, he looked the best.
Kevin Love Kevin Love.
Kevin Love. He looked the best.
15 rebounds.
Yes,
I would like. I wish I was a stats guy.
He looked the best out of any game that I've seen him play on Game 7.
To where I could see how many points off of Kevin Love's rebounds. So he had 15 rebounds, and let's say they got 27 points or 26 points.
But he showed up.
That's big.
He showed up to a game and he played his heart out. Like I've been giving him shit since before they got to the finals.
Yeah, because Game 5 he was out.
Right.
And they hadn't played any better.
Right. Right.
And then he comes back in Game 6. And he wasn't doing very well, and
Well, they won Game 5.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He wasn't in. He didn't play in Game 5,
and they killed it in Game 5.
Correct. And that's why everybody said Kevin should just be on the bench for Game 6.
Right. Jefferson
and let Jefferson let his gay ass go out there,
dude. But Jefferson
and win it and play.
Dude.
Absolutely,
Jefferson.
Dude, there's no other way to go out. You retire.
Let me tell you, Jefferson for stepping up the way he did. I'd love to just hug that man. And just lay my head on his stomach because I think that's how far I would get up to him.
Yeah.
In my height stature, so
yeah.
But I would just love to just hug
him.
Yeah.
Because he played,
and just whisper to him.
He played the way he needed.
A game well done.
Yeah.
Game well done.
And like I was saying, that's the way to go out. Is
right.
to, he retired, everything else. So you go out with a championship.
Absolutely.
So that's fine. That's great.
Absolutely.
And I'm happy. Cleveland. I'm a Boston guy.
Right.
Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox.
Right.
All these teams. Those are my teams and everything else. But Cleveland is my second.
Right.
My second favorite set of teams. So between the Browns and the Cavs.
Right.
I'm a LeBron guy. I supported him his entire time in Miami.
Right.
I was a Miami guy.
Right.
And as everybody abandoned him, and he was young, stupid, made a mistake. He just came back and wiped that off the map.
Right.
And this is why I will say he's better than Michael Jordan, because he went home and did it.
Right.
He went away, learned how to win a championship.
Sure.
Brought that knowledge back, won
right
for his city.
Sure.
Okay. Jordan never did that.
Yeah.
Jordan only did it in one place.
Right.
Didn't go and win it with 2 teams. Yeah, he's got 6. LeBron's only got 3.
Same thing with Kobe.
And so, to me, man, that if you want to say 1 and 1A, I'm putting LeBron 1 and Jordan 1A.
Right.
Because of that.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
For no other reason. I don't care if you got one for the thumb or one for the index on the other finger, whatever.
Right,
I don't care whatever the fuck you call it.
Right.
But I don't care. He's gone to as many finals as Jordan.
Yeah.
He just didn't win them. He just didn't have that knowledge yet.
Well, I mean, he's
Jordan,
still
and to be
young.
fair, Jordan had a better team around him in all of those championship years.
Sure, but I mean, he's still young. He still has a few more years ahead of him, and who knows what we'll see? You know what I mean? Who knows what we'll see?
Well, what what Dan Gilbert needs to do, the owner of the Cavs, is he needs to get out that checkbook and he needs to write those
the star players,
and he needs to pay the tax.
Right. Yeah.
So he needs to pay that tax.
Right. Well, George just chimed in. He's like, LeBron has 7 seasons left if he wanted.
Sure.
Right. And I'm pretty sure he's going to, because I mean, what age did Kobe retire? 42, 43?
I don't know.
I think so. And
I don't even care about Kobe that much.
LeBron is only 35.
Dude, would you
36?
be shocked to know? Would you be shocked to know that Kobe's like 38?
Well, no, I think he's like 42.
Dude, he started when he was 19. He's played for 20 seasons. Makes him 39.
George.
He went into the league at 19, 18 or 19.
Right. Right.
So I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised if he's still under 40.
Well, I just want to give a big shout out to Aaron and James, who when we were down 3-1, who were giving me shit for saying that the Cavs would never ever come back.
Yeah.
They said when we, I think I was in Colorado when we had lost that game. It was basically 3-1, right? 37. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were 2-1 at that point, right?
Yeah.
And then when I was in Colorado, we lost that game by like 30 points.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Dude, it's over. It's over. It's over." And dude, you should have felt the frustration on me. I was just frustrated. Not at them, but I'm just like, fuck. You know?
Well, I mean, but to look at it, when you look at it from with an open like from an outsider type standpoint.
Sure. And I could see where they were coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could see where they were coming from. Because even I was starting to doubt it. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is a 73-9 team. This is the one that set all the 3-point records for the season. This is the team that should have all done all this. And so now they get to get put up on the shelf with the 18-1 New England Patriots.
Right.
Hey, so what? You had the greatest, regular season in the history of football.
Right.
Whoop-de-doo.
But I think this is just the beginning for the Cavs. I think this is the beginning of a dynasty.
It's a possibility. And the only reason I'm going to say it's a possibility is because now they've gone there, done it, and have the experience.
Right.
So now they understand what it takes.
Well, it's also going to boost their morale and confidence.
And that's what I'm saying.
And they're going to go out there and play like they own it.
But you got to bring in the reason Golden State was able to dominate the way they dominated was because of their bench.
Right.
So you got to get your 6 through 9 man stronger.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I mean, if you're going to trade away Kevin Love,
what
are you going to get for him?
Right.
So it becomes a question of what do you do?
I
mean,
know.
they didn't even interview the poor sap.
Well, yeah, dude.
At the, after with everything,
everybody was gonna talk to him and be like, well, way to show up for Game 7, big guy.
So I mean,
right?
I don't know. Kevin and Kyrie had a long road to haul. Kevin with the dislocated shoulder against the Celtics last year.
But dude, even J.R. Smith,
and I'm gonna give that guy some credit.
Right.
Okay. When he was with the Knicks, he was just a dirty. He was the guy that went and got technicals the whole all season. He just ran his mouth, hammered people, didn't care.
Right.
Was tired of being on a shitty team, wanted to get out of there.
The Draymond Green.
Yeah. And so basically, then he comes and he had those issues the first season with the Cavs, but then he leveled off. LeBron got him and said, "Look, dude, knock his shit off if we're going to do this.
Right.
So get your head straight."
Right.
And he did. And that's what LeBron did. Do I think it's unfair that LeBron has the clashes with the coaches and you got to get rid of the coaches and you got to bring a Tyronn Lue in that's going to fucking kowtow and whatnot?
Well, I think it's important to mesh well with a coach.
Yeah, but Tyronn Lue wasn't coaching.
Well,
he was calling timeouts when he needed to call timeouts. That's about it.
Right.
Or saying, hey, LeBron, what do you think about running this play?
Right.
And LeBron would say, yeah, I think that'd be a good play.
Right.
So it's not, you're not coaching like Popovich is coaching.
But it's a mesh of personalities regardless. You know what I mean? He had a coach that trusted LeBron. You know what I mean? Or, Tyronn trusted LeBron to go out there and do what he needed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think.
I don't even know why Gilbert's even spending the money on a head coach. I mean, do you have to have one?
Right.
Can you just have coaches and there's no head coach? You just have coaches and you just have 3 guys sitting on the bench. Go, LeBron. What do you need, brother? Towel? Water?
Right.
But that kind of thing.
I think he I don't know. I think he fits well with the team. I think he's.
They had the best record in the East when they fired what's his name. They had the best record in the league.
Right.
And you fire your head coach. It's like, I don't understand.
Right, but sometimes it's a situation where you want to go in there and you want to have like in any job situation you want to have.
But it's always been the coach and not LeBron.
Right, but you want to have a boss or a CEO or whoever it is that
you
report to.
But it's always been the boss and not the employee in this situation.
What do you mean?
It's always been the boss, the head coach, and not the employee.
Right.
In LeBron James.
Well, right.
Yes.
Well,
so LeBron's never wrong.
Well, here's the thing: if I bring in a dude to my company, and
he's taking you
and
he's taking you to the best in your section of whatever you're doing.
But he knows what he's doing, and that's what I hired him on for because he knows what he's doing. I own a company, and I've got somebody who's running my company.
Yes,
right.
And you're now
and the person that I've just hired. The person I've just hired is going to take us to the next level.
No,
and he's clashing with my CEO,
who just has taken you to the number 1 spot in your industry.
Sure,
your CEO is taking you as high as you can go.
Right.
You can't get any higher. And then you bring an employee in, and they have and they don't mesh well. The guy that's got you there goes, and this guy, who hasn't proven himself,
right. They win a championship with.
Stays there.
Right.
Hey, well, we didn't know that.
Right.
We didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well.
All right.
But
I think they would have won the championship regardless.
I don't think
because
so.
Look, come on. Lou is not. He's not Popovich. He's not Greg Popovich. He's not coaching like Greg Popovich.
Sure.
He is an empty shell.
I don't know.
He is a guy sitting in the chair.
Far. I wouldn't go that far.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Because
I disagree with that.
if that's what it is,
right.
There's no way he's a better coach.
I'm not saying
he's a coach.
I'm not.
He's a coach that will listen to LeBron and say whatever you want, LeBron.
Well, no, I don't think he's that coach. But I think
the other coach wasn't.
When you've got 2 people who think alike, it's from the outside perspective. Sure,
every single coach that LeBron has been fired.
I mean,
except for what's his name in Miami.
But we don't know what else was going on behind those scenes.
Yeah, we do know.
No, we don't.
It was a conflict between LeBron and the coach.
We don't know that. We don't know those specifics.
There was a conflict between LeBron. There was a conflict, otherwise the guy doesn't go.
Right.
There was a conflict of some kind.
It's speculative.
I love you, you love me, but you're fired. We get along great. You're a great coach. Sure. You're doing a good job. We have the best record in the East. You're fired.
All right. Yeah. Well.
So there has to be conflict.
Well, you're paying somebody for their skill,
and he's taking you to the number 1. You are the winningest team in the East.
I mean, your player, not your coach.
You're playing your coach to get you there as well.
I don't know.
Aren't you?
I just think, well, we went there with Lou
because
and we won with Lou.
Yes, but Tyronn Lue is not going to get a $12 million coaching contract per year.
I think he will now.
No, because he's not.
I think he will now.
He wasn't the reason they won. It wasn't the coach. The coach wasn't the reason they won.
He wasn't the overall reason why they won, but he is a factor.
There could have been an empty chair there.
I disagree with that completely.
So
completely,
there could have been an empty chair, and they would have done this.
Right.
I haven't seen. What have I? I have not. I have not seen Tyronn Lue coach, other than to walk out to the midcourt line like coaches do. Hey, hand signal.
I don't know. I disagree with that. I think
time out.
I think he was doing a lot more than that.
Time out.
But I'm just gonna say let's agree to disagree.
More than the most successful coach that Cleveland had ever had before he was fired. So he's doing more than, with zero conflict between them and their star player.
I can't speculate if he's doing more than. I can tell you right now that he shows up on time, other than his previous coach. I think that was one of the biggest beefs that LeBron had with him is all the players are there waiting on him, and he's late. You know what I mean?
Okay.
How would a player be received if he showed up late?
Yeah, you're fined.
Practice? Right.
You're fined. Well, everything else.
But the fact that a coach can show up late,
sure,
and they don't get fined, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That affects how the players move forward.
Okay.
So
I mean, if that's what's going on,
let's just say that's a factor.
Okay. If that's what was going on, sure.
But, you know what I mean? So. Like I said, I think there's
Mike
more.
Brown?
I think there's more to it than we're privy to.
Yeah. But then, what about Mike Brown?
What about?
I'm saying LeBron has the problem with the coaches.
Sure.
And there's something going on.
Right. Well,
and the coaches have to go.
Well, in my eyes, from what I've seen from LeBron James, is that guy eats, sleeps, shits.
Sure,
basketball.
I'm not saying he's a horrible person because he's doing this.
Right, but what I'm saying is when you bring in somebody to a coaching staff that doesn't eat, sleep, shit basketball.
Taylor Swift can't keep a boyfriend.
Well,
okay,
who cares?
No, but this is what I'm saying. So, is it the boyfriends or is it Taylor Swift? Is it Taylor Swift is such a diva, a pain in the ass? You can't deal with her?
Well, I think that's a horrible comparison because that's her dating life. Now, if she had fired multiple music writers, I could say, okay, well,
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
So it's a bad comparison.
At some point, well, no, it's your interactions with people in a certain aspect of your life, and
I think
they don't function.
Okay,
well.
let's just run with that. Let's just run with Taylor Swift and her dating. From what we know, Taylor Swift is a person who is, from what I've seen, she's a genuine person.
Sure.
She when she gives wholeheartedly.
Sure. She stands up for what she believes in.
Right. Absolutely. So
until they cave and then they pay her money and then she goes, "Okay, everybody, this is okay."
So when the reciprocation isn't there, you begin to think.
But see, I mean, I've seen Calvin Harris is the same type of guy.
That he's a giving person.
He's not. Yeah, he's not like a taker. I don't see. I don't see him as a horrible person.
No, but I think he's more of an independent person, and I think Taylor Swift is more of a clingy type of person. She wants a relationship.
Okay.
And the men that she's been dating.
Okay.
Are a little bit more independent.
Okay.
So.
Don't want to be tied down.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if we're going to use that comparison.
Sure. So she has one ideal.
Those men
she has one ideal of how she wants things to be, and then they have a different ideal.
Sure.
And so then, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing multiple conflicts.
Sure.
And so then when I look at LeBron's relationships with his coaches, I see multiple conflicts.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
and so
Taylor Swift is saying, "I'm giving you 100% of me," and the men that she is dating are not giving 100% of her.
Possibly.
So if we're gonna say use the same comparison, I think what's happening is LeBron is giving 100% of himself, and the coaches are not giving 100% of themselves.
Okay.
So I think there's the conflict.
Which then leads me to say, Taylor Swift, you don't need a boyfriend. LeBron James, you don't need a coach.
Right.
So that brings me right back around.
Well, no, I think
to where they put a person in the chair that would give the least resistance to LeBron, so he can do what he needs to do to win.
I don't know. I disagree.
That's just how I because I can't see it in any other way. Because I don't see if a Greg Popovich walked in there. He would hold more respect for that guy because he's been more successful and he's done the type of things. He would probably listen to him more than a Tyronn Lue, because Lue hasn't done the things.
Right.
He was just the next guy in line when this guy left.
Well,
that's just how so basically because they didn't go outside to get a coach, they just brought this guy from assistant up to make, because probably Dan's like, fuck, I'm tired of firing these guys and we're not getting anything done and we keep losing and we're this goddamn close. LeBron, what can I do? and then LeBron would probably say, "Listen, I got this. Let me take it and run with it." And then
I don't think it's that simple though.
And then they go.
I don't think it's that simple though. I don't think you can. I don't think you can step into a position like that and not know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying not know what you're talking about. What I'm saying is that you're the guy that's going to let LeBron run the team instead of being the coach with the coach mentality that says, LeBron, no, this is my team.
Right.
I'm in charge.
Right.
This is what we're going to do.
Right.
And LeBron, being what you're saying, the eat, sleep, shits it, goes, that's not going to work.
Right.
And so then they needed a guy in there that LeBron and him are on the same level, on the same
like wavelength.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. To where is it more of a yes man? It's probably has to be more of a yes man. Yes, LeBron, I'm with you, bro. And that kind of a thing.
Right. But actually, George actually brought up a good point. He said you still need someone to oversee the play calling other than the player, and a player cannot see the whole floor.
Sure.
Wholeheartedly agree with that. Absolutely. But
isn't that what I just said? He runs out to the midcourt line, flashes signals. LeBron decides yes, no, good play, runs it or doesn't run it.
But that's good coaching.
And then,
you know what I mean?
LeBron makes the decision whether they run it or don't run it. It's not, I said this play, you better run this play.
Well,
otherwise, when you guys come back to the bench, you're going to be hell to pay.
Well, no, I don't think he's going to do that. I think what he's going to do is he's going to say, hey, listen, this is what I'm seeing.
Correct.
From the court,
and then
you need to change it up. You know what I mean?
And then LeBron says, yay or nay.
Sure, but
uses veto power.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. That's the connection he needed.
I don't think we've seen that from LeBron at all since Lou has stepped into the coaching position. We haven't seen that whatsoever from LeBron.
Not like yelling at the coach and saying these are stupid ideas and stuff like that.
Right.
Because LeBron's in charge. Not so much the coach. That's what I'm saying is that dynamic was it's tilted more in LeBron's favor where he needs it to be successful. And he needs a coach that's going to have it tilted because it goes one way or the other.
Sure.
Either the coach is wholly in charge
right.
and you guys are going to listen and do because this is my thought process and LeBron gets on board
right.
or LeBron's not on board. With what the coach is trying to do. Like, if Phil Jackson comes in and wants to institute the goddamn stupid-ass triangle offense, LeBron goes, it's not going to work here.
Right.
And the coach says, the fuck it won't. We're going to do it. And you're going to do it. And
well,
then
yeah,
LeBron...
But the coach is going to say, here's why it's going to work. And he's going to give you play-by-play what he's been seeing from the court line. Yeah. And he's going to say, here's what I'm seeing. Here's why it's going to work. Yeah. Here's what the other team is doing that's showcasing why this is going to work.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have somebody like LeBron go, fuck, okay, let's try it.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
maybe if that was the case, he could have been successful with Mike Brown. He could have been successful with Blatt. He could have been successful with
who knows
any number of coaches. But that's what I'm saying. That there's, in my opinion, he just needs to have that tilt partially because of what you said.
Sure,
because of what you said. He is the Tom Brady.
Well, right, yeah. He's gonna be the one that's going to be pumping up the guys.
Of fucking NBA.
Right.
He knows instantly what he's seeing.
Right.
And if the coach isn't on board with him, the coach has got to go.
Right.
And we got to get a man in the seat that's going to see it my way.
But I think you need somebody like LeBron because he's going to go into the locker room and he's going to be like, "Yo, so and so."
He's always been that guy.
You need to fucking step your game up.
He's always been that guy, and you see it on the court all the time,
right?
Constantly,
right?
Sidebars, pulling this guy over, dude. You can't do that,
right?
There was something in one of the earlier series that happened, and he pulled the guy to the side, and he said, "Look, man, we can't be doing that if we're going to get where we need to go."
Right.
And so he stepped, and he's that leader. Which is everywhere he goes.
Right.
Even when he went to Miami, he took over that leadership type role from Dwayne Wade.
Right.
So so he's that guy too, and it's just imperative.
Right.
It's just imperative. So I mean, depending on off-season transactions, money spent, money not spent.
Right.
Maybe. Possibly. You've got one. They say the first one's always the hardest.
Sure.
First one's always the hardest.
Right.
So we'll see. Yes, Lou. I would say that Lou's going to get a contract, because he meshes with LeBron the way LeBron needs a coach to mesh with him.
Right.
That's what I would assume, and it's not going to be a long contract.
Right.
It might be 3 years.
Well, 3 years is plenty.
So just enough to look at next year and see.
39 years old. He's one of the youngest coaches in the NBA. He, if he scores a contract, I guarantee you it's going to be a dual figure, 6-figure contract.
And he'll get, and to where, maybe he garners a little more trust.
Right.
And those kind of things,
right.
Quite possibly. Who knows?
The best thing I ever heard from Dave Chappelle when he was being interviewed by David Letterman, and he says, he asks Dave Chappelle, he says, "Dude, why'd you walk away from $50 million?" And he says, "Well, Dave, the only difference between $50 million and $10 million is $40 million.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah."
So, once you're a millionaire, you're a millionaire.
Sure.
So
yeah. Just like we've talked about Scott Baio,
right?
My new favorite person on Twitter.
Sure.
Destroying fucking lefties,
right,
up and down.
Yeah, I saw him actually get some airtime recently. Somebody was talking about him on CNN.
Yeah,
where they were saying how Scott Baio is like for Trump and all that. Shit's hilarious.
Yeah. So yes, I mean it's
right.
It's in there. It's in there. Sunday was a big sports day all the way around.
Absolutely.
At the final round of the U.S. Open, a rain-delayed U.S. Open. Like, I wasn't even paying attention.
Dude, what a game. I actually watched
They
that
played
game.
the second and the third round on Saturday.
Right.
They finished the second round and then played the entire third round on Saturday.
So I tuned in.
Jesus.
I tuned in to Dustin Johnson on the 11th green, and I started watching from there. And then I watched the staff approach him on the 12th green, notifying him of the a possible stroke penalty for something that happened on the 5th green, which he was getting geared up for a putt. His putter dabbed the ball.
No, he didn't touch the ball.
No, it did.
No, his putter didn't touch that ball. On the 5th, on the questionable putt, his putter didn't touch that ball.
How did it move then?
It moved backwards.
Sure,
the ball moved backwards. If you've ever,
but it was based off of him touching the ball.
No, he didn't touch the ball. It didn't roll forward and then roll backward. It just rolled backwards.
Right. But I'm saying
if I touch the ball,
contact,
if I touch the ball with my putter, it's going to move forward.
Right.
It's not going to move backward.
No, he made contact with the putter.
I don't think he did.
I mean, they showed replays of.
I know they zoomed it in.
Right.
His putter's sitting still, and the ball rolled backwards.
No, he was
like when I was seeing.
Right.
So he's doing it. He does his practice swing.
Right.
Then he moved his putter. He moved his putter to behind the ball, and he's holding his putter there because he's seeing the ball move. And then it rolled backwards like that half dimple.
Right.
And settled into the dimple on the ball.
But it was a result of him making contact with the ball.
How did it go backwards? If I touch this,
because he was on the slope.
If I touch it, if I touch a ball if I touch a ball, it's going to oscillate forward and then come backward.
Which is what happened.
No, it just went straight backward.
Okay.
The ball, I swear, because like I watched it with their stupid MB or Fox See It or whatever they do.
Okay.
That stupid shit, and they did that zoom in thing.
Right.
And it just falls straight back.
And you see it get tapped, and then it moves back like a centimeter.
I can't, I didn't see the putter move. I didn't see the putter move forward towards the ball.
The way you actually see the video, he's moving his putter backwards. He's moving it back towards him. Now, his putter never made contact with the ground, so he never grounded his putter, but he still dabbed it. So watch, yeah. See how he dabs it?
See, he moves the putter. He actually moved the putter in and backwards,
but he dabs it.
No, I didn't see. They don't have the zoomed in. I want to see the zoomed in.
So he got up. He got a little.
Oh, they're just playing this back over and over and over.
So he got a little too close. He dabbed it, and it moved. But
I still didn't. Well, they didn't even show the ball move in that video.
Yeah, they did.
No, like it didn't. They didn't show it move. They didn't show it move. Like they did a little zoom in thing, but like
yeah, watch. See, it moves.
It did. It's not moving.
It moves. See, it moves.
It rolled backwards.
Right, but he's on a slope.
Which slope? A backward slope?
Right, a downward slope.
This way, towards his putter.
No, away from his putter. Which is
then how did the ball go backwards?
Because it's away from his putter.
No, if it's on a download slope this way, away from his putter, how did it roll backwards?
Because it's away from his putter. The downward slope is behind him.
Then it's on an upslope.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Well,
he's on an upslope.
Whatever. I mean, he's on
an upslope.
He's putting upslope.
Up a hill.
Yes.
So he's putting up a hill.
Right, and he makes contact barely with the ball, which he dabs it, which forces that backward movement.
That makes no sense to me. Physically makes no sense to me.
Okay.
If I touch a ball on its rear side.
Well, it's physics. I mean,
correct. If I touch a ball on its rear side,
what
the
goes
opposite
up must come down.
The opposite reaction is forward. So if I touch a ball with my putter
with enough centrifugal
like
force, yes.
With this,
yes. With enough centrifugal force.
But see, I would expect to see the ball rock forward the same amount it rolls backward. And I don't see the ball roll forward first.
Right, because he dabs it.
I don't know what you mean by dab.
He dabs.
He touches the ball like how much, like a millimeter of the ball.
Like if I touch you on the shoulder,
that's enough to push it forward.
Like if I touch you on the shoulder, you're not gonna move.
I'm not gonna move, but my skin will depress and stuff like that because the force you touch me with.
Right.
So the force you touch me with like that depresses my skin.
Okay.
No, but how does the ball?
Because it's physics, dude.
I know, but a rear touch, dude. To me, a rear touch is going to cause the ball to go forward,
like
a little bit. I'm saying if it touched.
I mean, I don't know how else
like
to
this here.
explain
so like this
physics.
much here, like this. Yeah, if I touch this, it's going to. So when I touch this bottle, it's going to go forward then backward, right? So I touch that, and it's going to go, and it comes back. It goes forward, and then when it comes back, it goes back just half of what it did.
Because you're on a flat
I'm on a level surface.
Now, if you're on a
but
tilted
it's not,
surface,
he wasn't on like a 45% grade.
It doesn't matter.
He was on like a 0.5% grade.
It doesn't matter. Physics is physics, dude. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It's fucking science. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, but I don't like that video because it doesn't show it. Right? It doesn't show it close enough. Like it's not close enough. Like I need to see the zoom in because when I watched it on TV, I didn't see the ball go forward.
It doesn't need to move forward. He needs to dab it and give it enough. He probably, when he dabs it, he accidentally, forced it off of the stable ground that it was on, which forced it back that centimeter. I mean, regardless, the ball moves as his club is there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can't say definitively. I can't say definitively 1,000%
that physics
won
over the ball.
No, that he caused the ball to move. Now, according to the rules of golf, if it seems that you may have caused the ball to move, you still incur the penalty.
Sure.
So according to the rules of golf, it doesn't matter if...
Sure.
But here's my issue, okay? There's no fucking instant replay in fucking golf.
Right.
You can't come back. You can't come back after the fact and say, "Well, we looked at the video."
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
And there's a possibility that you may have caused that ball to move. So there might be and then they don't even make a decision.
Well, they mind fuck him.
Yes,
they mind fuck him, which is what I don't agree with. So I wholeheartedly agree with you. Did he? In my opinion, did he touch the ball? Yes. Should he have incurred a penalty?
For the dab? What about the guy?
I don't think so.
What about the guy at 8:00 in the morning on Sunday has zero TV coverage? There's not one fucking second of him on TV.
Right.
And he doesn't call the penalty on himself. Let's say.
Sure.
Okay. Well, where's the fucking rules committee to go and review that video?
Right.
And find out?
I mean,
so I mean, it's an unfair.
If you're not filming
comparison.
him, obviously he's not a great player. So I mean,
well, I mean, Jordan Spieth made the cut, but he
Sure.
was playing. He teed off at like 9:15.
Sure.
Sunday morning on the final
Yeah.
round, which allowed him to have time to tweet
It's right.
as he watched the end of the round with everybody else.
To my understanding, in the rule book, your club has to be grounded. To my understanding, in order for it to be considered a stroke.
Yes. Yeah.
Which-
So like if you're like so let's say he had hit the side of his ball when he was doing a practice swing
As he was grounded.
No, when he was doing a practice swing, as he's doing his practice swings with his putts.
Sure.
And I'm sure you've done that on accident.
Yeah.
You just bink.
Yeah.
Just bink
Yeah,
right off
yeah,
the toe
yeah.
your goddamn
Yeah, yeah,
putter. You kick
yeah.
the ball 8 feet.
Yeah.
That's not a penalty
Sure.
because you had not addressed the ball
Right.
and grounded your club.
Right.
Like you're saying.
Right.
So, all of those things.
Right.
But my fucking problem is that these guys that are on TV and these cocksuckers that want to call in
Right.
and phone in to where
Well-
now they've said we're not answering phones.
Right.
We don't answer the phones Thursday through fucking Sunday
Well, he still won the USGA.
by 3 strokes.
Right.
So even if you take it away, he still wins by 2 strokes.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, that fucking shot on 18, that second shot on 18,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Holy
beautiful.
fucking Christ, man.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm fucking going to win this and make sure I win it the right way.
Right.
And he left no doubt.
Right.
I mean, he stripes that fucking drive on 18, and then that second shot.
Well,
was
the
gorgeous.
problem I have is, okay, if you think he hit the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you think he should be penalized a stroke, you should address that situation
Immediately. Which he did.
exactly. Well, no, they didn't hit him up until the 12th.
No.
hole.
What he did there, what he did was he saw the ball move. He called an official over because there's an official that there's a rules official with every group.
Right.
So he called the rules official over and said, "Hey, this is a situation." One of the other guys standing there, Lee Westwood, was standing there. He said, "Now this is what leads me to believe he didn't touch it." Lee Westwood said, "Dude, it just moved. You didn't touch it."
Right.
So like one of the other guys in his group saw it
Okay.
and said, "Dude, you didn't touch that. It moved." And so then the rules official comes over and all that.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, the problem I have with is them addressing the situation on the 12th hole, and then telling him, "Hey, we might penalize you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna mind fuck you a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Either penalize him or don't.
Which could have fucked his entire game up.
Absolutely.
And that's what Phil Mickelson and everybody else got on the social media and started blasting this USGA
Just
for
destroying them.
just destroying them for such bad policies and just bad calls all around.
Yeah. Just
And,
like, what are you doing?
Right.
You know? And it's
Right.
like, and it was kind of funny where they were saying, like, well, this is an amateur
Right.
organization
Right.
running a tournament once a year.
Right. Right.
And so it's like,
Right. No,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Though. I think they dropped the ball. I believe somebody's probably going to get reprimanded, if not fired for
yeah.
it. You know,
absolutely.
and
it was
somebody's not coming back to the USGA.
It was the head rules official of the USGA that
Right.
was, that were trying to decide and to figure out what the fuck to do.
Right.
But my thing is like, you do not come back later.
Right.
If you want to institute instant replay, instant replay, and then have cameras following every single tell fucking Fox and ABC and CBS they got to have cameras in them towers at fucking 6 a.m. And you record every shot, every stroke of every player.
Sure, absolutely.
You don't pull this bullshit. Dustin Johnson was the one. He was subject of the grounding his club in a hazard, not a hazard, not described as a hazard.
Right.
Because there was these fucking little mini hazards all over the fucking course, and it wasn't explained properly, and they weren't marked saying yes, every one of these is a hazard, regardless of how far away from the fairway, where they reside on the course. None of this, and it was sand, and his ball was in it, and he grounded his club, and then took a shot, and then the phone banks lit up, and they came back and they assessed him a penalty.
Jesus.
And he lost.
Right.
He lost.
As a result of it?
As a result.
Wow.
Cost him X number of millions of dollars, possibly.
Right.
And so that's the other thing that I don't look, you fucking assholes watching this shit, just enjoy it. Don't pick up your fucking phone and have to call in the fucking PGA.
Right.
Fuck you. You goddamn cocksuckers. You're not the fucking boss. You don't fucking determine shit. Oh, he broke a rule. He broke a rule.
Yeah.
I got a call. Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep, beep. Did you guys just see what Dustin Johnson did?
What phone are you using to dial?
Christ, shit. Well, that's the sound my phone makes when I hit them numbers. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop. That's what my phone sounds like.
Mine sounds like...
I have one of them jitterbugs. I have one of them jitterbugs. You know, for old people.
Right.
So I can see the screen and the numbers and everything. Jitterbug.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah.
How fast was Dustin Johnson trying to get his wife off the fucking course?
Oh, yeah, she's hot. Yeah,
like,
she's hot.
Like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, Dustin Johnson is looking at this guy, and this guy is looking at this.
Yeah, he's like, whoa!
Like,
yeah.
You know, it's Wayne Gretzky's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So it's number 99.
Time, yeah.
It's number 99's offspring.
Wow, he married well.
Yeah, that's why, you know, him losing tournaments don't feel bad for the guy.
Right.
Okay? And this is after having a fucking kid.
Right.
This is what she looks like after having a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
For fucking Christ's sake, dude. The fucking bra's too small for one. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She still probably got...
Well, no, it's a so I know a little something about fashion.
It's like,
so it's an undershirt. It's a camisole is what they call it.
Okay. But still, it's a little tiny.
But yes, the camisole is definitely hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's screaming.
Yeah.
It's
like, let me loose, let me loose, let me loose.
Yeah. So, because she's trying to fucking keep her ass, in the fucking, in her little dress.
Yeah, Paulina Gretzky.
But he was like, yay, and kisses and hugs and, honey, let's get the fuck up these stairs and across this bridge.
Right.
Get you the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause goddamn.
Right. Yeah, she's, he married well. Good for him.
It's just.
Good for him.
But one of the things, now, I like Dustin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
The things that he's dealt with. 3 years ago, he was out of golf.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, he was out of golf.
Right.
He wouldn't say which drug that was causing him the problems.
Yeah, it's probably a painkiller.
It was cocaine.
Oh, okay.
It was cocaine. Yeah. Information has come out that it was allegedly cocaine. So he'd stepped away from the game for over a year. And you know, went to rehab and was battling with that and those kind of things, and then has come back and has done very well. He had a close call last year in the U.S. Open, didn't win, but then this year he was able to finalize it, even with the bullshit that he was dealing with,
right?
And got it sorted out. So I mean, I'm happy for the guy,
right?
You know, it's he made an easy $2 million on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and
it wasn't easy. They didn't make it easy on him.
They didn't make it easy on him. But he changed it.
Right.
He made it easy.
Right.
On that 18, man.
Good for him.
Fucking Christ almighty.
Seems like a nice dude.
And now fucking Jack Nicklaus is everywhere, dude. It's like he's becoming like the new senior ambassador for the game.
Right. The spokesman.
But I think the reason that he was there was because at Oakmont, that's where Jack won his first major in 1962.
Wow.
Was at Oakmont. So I think that's why they had him there. So I like Jack. Jack's great. He's from right here in Ohio. He's got the Memorial Tournament up in Dublin, Ohio every year.
Yeah.
Since 1976. So I mean, it's good stuff. So then in amongst basketball, golf, I was trying to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I just fuck everybody else.
So, Z, this is where you might want to tune out because we're going to be discussing Sunday's episode.
I don't know why. I don't know what's his fucking problem with Game of Thrones.
Well, he just got introduced to it.
Okay.
And he's realized everybody's talking about it.
Oh,
And
okay.
It's kind of I don't blame him. I've been in the situation where I fucking didn't watch certain TV shows.
Yeah.
And then when everybody's talking about it, I turn it on,
Yeah.
and then you become an addict.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, then you should be caught up by now.
Well, no, he's on season 2.
What?
Or season 3? I would say maybe season 3.
All right.
So he's getting there.
All right.
But just so you know, we're going to be heading into spoiler alert land.
There's only really one big spoiler.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the memes are blowing up about it.
It's just,
even the guy who plays Jon Snow, he tweeted something.
Yeah.
They have a picture of the lady that gave the young lady that gave the Stark household 62 men.
Yes.
They have a picture of her.
Yeah.
And the face I give when you should have zagged or zigzagged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You should have zigged instead of zagged.
Right. Yes, George. There are other channels out there besides ESPN.
Hey, listen. The only reason that I'm watching ESPN lately is because of the Euros. So that's the only reason I'm.
Yeah, buddy. Hungary is pushing it, man. They fucking pulled off. They equalized a 1-1 tie game against Iceland.
Yep.
So Hungary, keep pushing forward, man.
Yeah. So we're getting into that. They've already got 9 teams figured out for the round of 16.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the only reason I watch ESPN. That and Carry Champion. Those are the only reasons I watch ESPN.
Yep.
So basically we finally had the battle for Winterfell.
Yes. What an epic battle.
Yeah.
Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those things. It's all right. But what's her name said?
Sansa.
Yeah, she said, I know nothing of warfare.
Right.
But one thing I do know is this piece of shit guy.
Right.
Don't do what he wants you to do.
Right.
Is what she warned Jon Snow.
But I loved his response to that. Thank you for stating the obvious.
Well, still, genius. What do you do?
Yeah.
Dick fuck. Right. You do exactly what he wants you to do.
Right.
Is go running after Bran.
Right.
As you're playing fucking what was that movie? About the Indians, the Mayan Indians and stuff. It was I should have had some fucking notes. Apocalypto.
Right.
It was almost like straight out of that fucking scene of Apocalypto.
Right,
but see, those guys were smart enough to fucking zig and zag.
Right.
Bran, douchebag.
Right.
Move your dick, man.
Should have watched Apocalypto.
Yeah. Side to side, side to side.
And
zag.
You never played Pac-Man, kid?
Yeah. So, Bran goes running across the empty field of battle.
Right.
Just before it starts.
And he runs in a straight fucking line.
And what's his face? What's the douchebag that was holding? No, the other guy.
Bolton?
Yeah.
Bastard Bolton.
And he's...
And they kill Rickon.
And he's playing with him.
Right.
He's shooting arrows intentionally to miss. Like the one he fired without even looking.
Right.
That kind of shit.
Right.
As Jon Snow is upon his steed and...
Trying to run out there
to save Bran. Right. And just as he gets there... Whoop.
Well, Sansa called it.
Yeah.
Sansa said he's already dead.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So... focus on the battle because and then he's like, well, I'm going to do everything I can to save my brother, and she's like, there's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do.
He's already dead.
Right. Don't do what he wants you to do.
Right. However,
and I'm just thinking that the entire fucking time, and I'm like,
my whole thing is, it's like, dude, you got a little overzealous. You should have showed up to the battle 10 minutes late. You know what I mean? You got a little anxious.
Yeah.
You should have maybe just peeked out of those trees that were behind you a little bit and just kind of been assess the situation a little bit instead of lining up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Fucking,
And then you would have had your guys
Braveheart style,
right? Come out, flank on the left. Yeah. He blew his load a little early, and so did Bolton. He blew his load a little bit early.
A little, but but I mean, it was sizing up the exact way Bolton wanted it to happen.
Right.
That's exactly how because that's what he wanted. He wanted Jon Snow to lose his shit and take off, and then seeing that Snow was in trouble, everybody else rush in.
Yeah.
Instead of being a calculated, like you're talking about, a calculated, organized, attack.
So I read something recently where they did an interview with the writers and the executive producers.
Okay.
And they originally had the idea, the writers had the idea of having you sympathize with Bolton a little bit.
Okay.
So they were going to write something in where you were kind of like, show the guy some mercy.
Did they say what that they were going to?
No. They were just saying they were going to do something. They were going to write something in where they were going to try to have you, like they've done with all the other characters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like how we've with the Ironborn kids.
Okay.
We hate them at first, but now we sort of we want them to succeed.
Just because somebody worse has come along.
Right.
Yeah.
So the executive producer said, no, we're not going to do that to the fans. The fans want to see him die a horrendous death.
And be happy about it.
And we're going to give it to the fans.
And be happy about it.
Exactly. So
can you send a link of this to Scott Gimple? Can you find that interview and just add him?
They specifically wrote in there, the fans have been waiting for this, and we would not deprive them.
Because you were talking about that last week.
Right.
You were like, I hate this fucking guy. I just wish something would fucking happen to him.
And dude, they knocked the door down with the giant.
Yeah. Of Winterfell because then basically what happened was it looks like Jon Snow is getting buried under dead bodies.
He's getting
trampled and he can't breathe, which I didn't know undeads could breathe. And so it looks like he's going to die for the second time, and then somehow emerges from this mass of just humanity. And they've been surrounded by Bolton's.
It's sort of like Roman-esque.
Shielded
soldiers,
troops.
Right?
Yeah. Shielded troops with spears,
and they were slowly moving in, person by person, until they got to the center of the
to where they would have killed all of them.
Right, and then Littlefinger shows up with his army.
Correct,
and they basically disseminate the entire circle.
Because they were all on steeds.
Right, they basically break the entire.
It was a mounted regiment.
Right, and then
Bolton retreats.
Jon Snow sees Bolton. Bolton knows his goose is cooked.
Yep.
He retreats back to the castle.
Yep.
And that's
with
when
the giant and Redbeard.
Right, and they knock the door down.
Giant
with the
knocks the door down,
and they
after taking an arrow or two.
Right. Or 56.
I thought it would have been fewer than that.
Right.
I wouldn't think it was that many.
So you could tell Jon Snow looks over at the giant as he's dying.
Kind of like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Yeah.
Funk.
Right, and he gets an arrow in the eye.
Just like what's-her-face on the railroad tracks in Walking Dead.
Right. By Lord Bolton.
Yes.
He gets an arrow through the eye, and then Lord Bolton goes, I've reconsidered.
Yeah, tries to snake his way out of it.
Right. I want to do a one-on-one now.
Yeah.
And then he tries to do arrows at him.
And Snow picks up the shield.
And basically beats his ass.
And then blocks.
Right. Beats the living shit out of him.
I really thought we were going to get the Cave in the Skull in type scene.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
But he looks over at Sansa.
Yes.
And he looks at her.
Yeah.
And at first I thought he looks at her like in shame.
Yeah.
But it wasn't shame.
Yeah.
So once the next scene plays out, I then realize he didn't want to deprive her
of it.
Of the opportunity to kill him.
Yes.
And she places him in the dungeon where he sicked his dog on his father's wife.
Yes.
And
the
his
baby.
dogs and the baby. And basically says, leaves the cages open. He's strapped to a chair.
Yeah.
And she's like, my hounds are loyal. They won't turn on me.
Yeah.
And she goes, yes, but you haven't fed them for a week. They are hungry.
You haven't fed them for 7 days.
Right.
Remember?
And they're hungry.
And he's like, shit.
Right.
and promptly gets his face eaten off.
Well. The exchange between the two of them is amazing because even then he knows he's about to die, and he's still trying to break her. Right? He's still trying to break her.
Yeah, with his stupid smirk on his face.
Well, he says, "We are forever entwined. I will always be a part of you."
Yeah.
And then she says, "After today, you will not be remembered.
Yes.
Nobody will speak of you.
Yes.
Nobody will know you.
Yeah.
And I will forget you."
Yeah. Yep.
And you could tell he's broken at that point.
Yeah.
When she says this.
He realizes now
Right.
he's, you know.
And then when he sees the dogs come out, he goes, "Well, these are my dogs. They're not going to turn on me." And she goes, "Well, that would be true if you had fed them.
Yeah.
But since you haven't fed them..."
Because you treated them the same way as you've treated everybody else around you.
Right.
Now it's kind of that metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what it was.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's going to come back to bite you in the end.
Right. So dogs come out, start licking his face. They're like,
Oh, kisses.
Well, he's got a bloody face.
Yeah.
So they get a taste of blood.
Yeah.
We're hungry.
Yep.
Food.
Here's our meal.
Right.
Yep.
Sorry, dude.
Yep.
We got to eat, bro.
Yep.
So, yeah, they begin to eat him, and as she's walking away, she smiles.
Yep. Well,
And-
she started to turn away as they started.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, no, I want to watch this.
Right.
And then she turned back, watched and then turned and walked away.
Right.
Because, like, you know, it was like,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, I need to see this
Mm-hmm.
to know, and then I can go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it was, you know,
It was a poetic episode.
yeah,
for sure.
to end that storyline
Right.
in the retaking Winterfell.
Well, and then the dragons.
Oh my
Mother
God!
of
Finally,
dragons, right? They
I've been
come out,
waiting.
They light up the slave owners.
Yes.
Their ships.
Yes,
She gets on the back of one of her dragons and
the big dog.
whispers the word Dracarys.
Yes, and then they just descend on the one
Boom.
ship.
Right.
The one ship, just to say we can destroy you all if you don't
Right.
change your allegiance
Right.
to me.
And then I love Tyrion where he's like,
Oh, it was a good speech.
right. You were saying.
Yes. After the dragon comes down,
Right.
like right in front of the three of them.
Right.
Oh, and he goes because Tyrion goes, no. We haven't come here for our surrender.
Right.
We have come here for yours.
Right.
And then that's when the dragon
Comes
descends
down.
down
Right.
and she climbs on top of
Right.
it and takes off. And they're like,
Well, they begin to tell her like, we're going to sell you and this
Yeah.
and that and
saying you know
to the highest bidder.
Yeah, the
Right.
the Unsullied are going to be resold
To the highest bidder.
Your translator is going to be resold
to the highest bidder.
and,
right.
and all that stuff.
And they basically walk up there like cocky individuals, and then they realize
Just as the siege is still continuing in the background,
right.
you know, of them just bombarding the now free city of
right.
Marine,
Right.
with just these fireballs and everything
Mhm.
else,
Mhm.
like we saw at the end of the previous episode,
Right.
And it's just like you're like, and when they started it, I was like, "Fuck, what are they gonna do?"
Right.
And then he says, "No, we're not here for our surrender. We're here
Yeah.
for yours."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah,
Right, yeah.
shit's about to go down."
Right. And then he says, as a part of the negotiation, two of you must die.
One of you.
One of you must die.
One of you must die.
Right.
Is what he said.
And
so
then,
one of you must die.
So he gets down. The middle guy
and they
gets
go,
down on his knees.
Well, no, because the other two go, "It's him.
Right.
It's him. You want this guy. He's
Right.
not really one of us.
Right.
You want him.
Right.
And so they do. And then he goes down to his knees begging for his life.
Right.
And Mr. No Cock of the Unsullied
Right.
comes over.
Grey Worm.
Yes. Which is a weird name for a guy with no penis. And slits the throats of the other two guys.
Right. But quick status.
Yes.
Like I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
It was just like a quick swipe.
Yes.
And they were both down.
And then Tyrion comes over and he's all,
He's
gentle
like-
with the man.
Well, yeah, he goes. He puts his hands on his shoulder and he says, "Remember what you saw here today, and take what you remember, and pass it on to your people."
And if there's any, if you guys have any
idea
or
or thoughts,
yes,
just remember, we will descend upon you
yes,
with not only dragons,
Yeah.
but also with what you left here today.
Yeah, because this is now
Right, and we will wipe you from the
Yeah.
from the face of the earth.
Yeah.
There will be nothing left of your people.
this is now her armada.
Right.
This
So
is now
if
her
you-
1,000 ships.
So if you want your people to continue, you will leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will erase
yes.
all of you.
And so then, and then it comes the meeting with the Ironborn
Mm-hmm. And they discuss their
arrangement. Possible marriage.
Well, yeah.
Possible
right.
marriage was kind of funny.
I'm up for anything.
I'm up for anything. And that got a smile
Right.
from the queen.
Right.
You know, which was kind of, you know.
Right.
So now.
But the part she goes, no more raping and pillaging.
Yeah, but that's our way of life.
She goes, but that's all we know.
That's our way of life.
And she goes, those are the terms.
No more. She says no more.
Right.
And then
She responds
then
with no more. Right.
Yeah.
She goes, if you want your Iron Islands, no more.
No more. So, you know, and because basically what they get is they take back the Iron Islands and they're free.
Right. They are free.
And they support her claim
right.
to the
But they are free to be free people in their land.
correct.
Right.
Correct. So if you want to rape and pillage each other,
Do so.
that's fine, but you're not doing it anywhere else.
right.
So yeah, so I mean, we start because next week's the season finale,
Mm-hmm.
so we're closing up storylines. We're getting them taken care of, unlike The Walking Dead. To whereas next week is going to be a pretty solid finale that's going to close a few more loops and holes that are out there yet. So we'll find out if what's his face gets the alligator disease to stop. If he's found a cure,
Right.
we might see that.
Right.
Or his contract is still in negotiations, and we won't know anything until next season.
I'm actually curious about something. I don't know if you caught this or not, but Sir Devros, right?
Okay.
So he goes,
Yes.
he goes walking around.
Oh, yes.
He finds the stag that he carved for the what's his name, the former king
For the little girl with the...
scale face.
Yes.
So
Who was burned at the stake
by the Red Witch.
thinking that this is...
The Red Witch told him
Yeah.
or told them that this was the only way that they were
Yeah.
going to win. So
The battle.
So he sacrificed his daughter
Yes.
to win.
Yes.
And
Which is strange that they find themselves... Well, because he was the... Which is odd that they find themselves in that same land.
right, and he didn't recognize it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or he did or whatever.
Yeah,
and
or-
he's walking around. Because he was just, taking a walk.
Right.
And he comes upon the burn pile.
Right. And so there's another scene where they get back to Winterfell, and the Red Witch is there.
She's over on one side,
and
up
he-
on the balcony.
And he stares at her as he's gripping the carved stag.
Yes, there will be a confrontation.
So I don't know what's going to happen there.
There will be a confrontation. Yep, because he's figured it out.
Right.
He's figured out what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, no, he was. Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Because he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Right.
Yes.
That's
he was
right.
at Castle Black.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
So now he knows what happened.
Now he knows what happened to her. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why.
Now I'm putting two and
Okay.
two together.
Okay. Yes.
That's right. I forgot he wasn't there.
Yes.
Because I'm like,
It was the two of them
right.
that did it.
So he wasn't there. So he wasn't at the land. So it was new
Correct.
land. So that's why it wasn't familiar to him.
Correct.
So he just came upon a burn pile,
Yes.
found the stag. Oh, so many things just opened up for me.
Yes. Yeah. So there will be a confrontation. And
Well, he's gonna confront her and be like, "What happened to?"
correct. And then we'll see if the Red Witch
Mhm.
is as strong as we all think Red Witches are.
Well, yeah, but there was
Something's going to happen.
But there was also confrontation of Jon Snow going into her tent and saying, "If I die, don't bring me back." And she's like, "Well, I can't make that call.
Sure.
Only the Lord of Light can make that call."
Sure.
She goes, "I have no power. Only the power that the Lord of Light gives me."
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean,
Right.
yes, we'll
So,
definitely
yeah.
see what the fuck happened. So, I mean,
New topic.
So, basically, that was Game of Thrones on Sunday evening.
Yep.
Season finale this coming Sunday. And to put it in perspective once again, I know it's like beating a dead horse with the shitty fucking show running of The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what these cockfucks decided to do. is that they shot 11 different outcomes of the Negan situation that we were privy to. So basically, all 11 of those people that are sitting on their knees have been killed.
Okay.
In production. So they did a death scene for all 11 of those people, so that no one can come out and say definitively, this is who dies. So they wasted days of production.
Well, that also
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That also tells me one thing. And what that tells me is they were hoping that the people chiming in would lead them to make a decision on who to kill.
Yeah. Because they're gutless.
Right.
Gutless. Unimaginative. Can't fucking stick to their scared to fucking death about what the fuck to do.
Right.
So they have the show has lost direction.
Right.
It has lost a leader. It has lost that executive producer to stand up and go, no, this is what we're going to do. We are not going to do that. We're not going to play with these people. This is how we're going to fucking deal with it.
Right. So apparently they wrote something up and...
Well, this was from Nerdist. So this is from Nerdist.com. So this was an article that Nerdist did on it.
Okay.
Which is the Chris Hardwick company.
Okay.
And what? Just for full disclosure.
Okay.
It seems networks will do anything to make sure season-ending cliffhangers and subsequent season-beginning murder scenes won't get spoiled by photo-sharing looky-loos, even wasting the time of 10 other actors. But when your cable's number one show, it's not so hard to run the cost-benefit analysis on that. AMC has done just that. Evidently, for the aftermath of the most infuriating season ender since wondering who shot that JR guy my parents used to talk about.
Oh, in Dallas?
Yeah.
Right.
The Walking Dead teased one of 11 main characters could be the recipient of Negan's barbed wire bat, and they filmed all 11 just to keep the secret. So, yeah. So that's, in short, fuck them.
Right.
I mean, on one level, you need to protect your franchise, but that's all you've been doing. Is protecting your money-making machine.
Sure, but there's other ways to do that without having to film 11 different ways.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate, okay?
Okay.
And so basically, I don't know. I mean, on a shoot that size, you've got all the actors, you've got all of the production staff, production crew, all these people that have signed non-disclosures,
Right.
But what's to say something gets accidentally sent to somebody that doesn't have a non-disclosure, and then something gets leaked, and the information comes out, and it turns out to be valid and everything else, and you only shot one scene, the actual scene you're going to use.
Right.
So you didn't protect yourself, and you didn't really protect your money-making machine.
Sure. I can see that.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
that
on that side of it,
right?
yes. On the fan side of it, you fucking suck. Your shitty fucking showrunners and producers are fucking up this fucking franchise.
Right.
And it's not the fault of the actors, and we've said these things because they only are doing the job that they're given to do.
Right.
I can go so far, and that's I can't. I like Greg Nicotero.
Right.
I really do. I like Greg. I think he's a great special effects. I think he's very innovative in the way that he's brought us all of the Walking Dead storylines and everything else in the episodes he's directed. He's directed them brilliantly and these kind of things. So it's hard for me to do that, but he's on that other side of it.
Right.
He's on the money making side of it.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
involved with the it's in Orlando, or it's Disney or whatever it is.
Right.
The park theme thing they're doing.
Sure.
So he's running ahead of that.
Right.
Man, it's like he's not even standing up for the product and
Right.
saying, guys, this is wrong.
Right.
There needs to be somebody in there to say this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing is wrong. We have to correct this and fix it.
Right.
You're not gonna win me over with this thing that should have happened 7 months before. When we finally get 5 months from now, when we get to that premiere. You're not going to win me over. There's nothing you can do short of handing me a check for $1 million saying we're sorry.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we can make it up to you. Our bad. We destroyed 7 months of your life. Here's $1 million to make up for that. Okay, apology accepted. Let's see this premiere.
Right.
Let's see who he kills.
I love the middle paragraph there where it says many people and outlets, including our annoyed asses, expected the finale of the season 6 to end with a new big bad Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, killing off one of our leads with Lucille, his trusty spike-wrapped Louisville slugger. And technically it did, except we didn't get to see whose brains were dashed and whose story ended. Yeah, it was the camera guys. He went off script. We already talked about that. Because the damn thing cut to black. We've now got to wait months to find out who was the victim, and according to the Hollywood Reporter, AMC wants to ensure we keep guessing until the end because they've filmed 11 different versions of the premiere opening scene for each of the characters who might be the real poor soul.
So, I mean, it's on AMC, too.
Right.
Because they said, here's an extra $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say it, costs $100,000 per each.
Sure.
So here's $1 million to get it done. You know? So I mean, it's just,
no. I don't think AMC had anything to do with that. I think the executive producers are the ones that bankrolled that because of the advertising dollars that they've earned for the past 6 seasons that they were in. You know what I mean? So AMC is just going to say,
whatever you guys need to do.
Yeah, whatever you need to do. We still want to host it.
Yeah.
So
protect it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they have a stake in protecting it as well. But I don't think they're giving out $1 million to. Or
somebody paying it. Because like we've had that conversation. The production costs aren't free.
Right.
It's not like you're paying all these people to shoot this scene 10 additional times.
Right.
Yeah, for nothing.
Right.
Hey, thanks guys.
Right.
Thanks for not charging us your fee, Mr. Camera Guy.
Right.
And charging us your fee.
Right.
Mr. Grip.
Yeah, so 11 different versions of the same scene were filmed to stop any spies from posting pictures from the set. I know.
Do the end of me!
So we got a fly rolling around up in here that's like bugging the shit out of us.
Shit!
So that means maybe for the Blu-ray release, you can see Rick, Carl, Michonne, Glenn, Maggie, Abram, Sasha.
What, like I'm going to buy that fucking piece of shit?
Sasha, Daryl, Eugene, Aaron, and Rosita each bite the dust. The only one of them will be the real thing. You almost smacked you in the head with the cardboard. Oh, you got it.
I nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Size of that fucker.
Yeah, I know. Oh, dude, he got back up and was like, "What, bitch?"
No, he's right there. He's right on that fucking table's leg. Right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No. Dude, I knocked him fucking silly, dude. Hold on.
So I'm just going to continue reading here. We already told you how Norman Reedus would start a riot if Daryl dies. And they already faked us out about Glenn. So let's assume it's not them. But maybe it is. We really have no idea, and maybe it will be just one less important members of the group. But what if it's Rick?
Superior species!
Yeah, what if they just kill off the central character? Gosh darn it, AMC, you're making us wish time travel existed. We got to know. Man.
I win.
Right. Yeah, dude, look at the size of that thing. That thing's
fucker, dude.
That thing's a fucking pterodactyl, dude.
Holy shit bed, man. Fucking Christ.
That thing's got a hairy fucking back.
I don't know how the fuck you got in here.
Jesus, dude. You could see that thing's brains plastered all over
fucking guts.
The fucking cardboard. Oh, man. That's hilarious. You're about to see this fucking gigantic fly that Joe's about to post on the social media.
Well, that first one, when I knocked him out of the air.
Oh, dude, he went down.
It knocked him for a loop because then he was like flying around and having a good old fucking time.
He went down like a Malaysia airline flight.
Yeah. and I fucking damaged his fucking flight recorders too. In one swift swat. And so then he landed right around that leg of the desk.
Right.
And I snuck over and got him.
Right.
Little fucker. Superior species. Top of the food chain. Dude, which is his... Yeah. Dude, that is his brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him on the... I thought it was like his abdomen side that was...
Fucking disgusting.
All gutsed out. It wasn't. I'll tweet that fucker out. I win.
But yeah, I mean, Walking Dead. I mean, this doesn't do anything for me.
Give me an apology.
Yeah, this
that's
doesn't do anything
all I
for me.
need. Just eat some crow.
It still seems like they're still trying to rationalize their decision, and I don't know, dude. I don't think I'm going to be tuning back in for finding out who wins. I think I'm over it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've said is like I'll tune in for that first 5 minutes and then turn it off.
All right.
I'll just get that bit of the story and turn it off.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back later, and then when it's over,
I don't even know if I'll come back.
When it's over, I'll. Like I did with Breaking Bad.
Right.
So then I'm not having to sit and wait because your stupid fucking cliffhangers.
Right.
Because you can't figure out how to run your show.
I think I'm at... How many seasons was Lost?
Shit, I don't know.
7?
Maybe.
So I'm at season 5 on Lost. And I was a late...
But see, I was a late...
So was I. So I binged it.
Okay.
But once I rolled through season 5... the end of season 5.
Yeah.
And I started watching the first season of season 6. I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, this is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I'm done. I didn't even watch the end of season 6 and season 7. Which maybe I should go back and give it a shot, but
I mean, dude, the last season was rough.
Right.
It was rough because they were bouncing back and forth, still doing histories.
Right.
And stuff, and then there was the season finale where they were all gathered together and you're trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
Right.
Like, was it, were they dead the entire time or what?
Right.
Or were they just on this mysterious island that held them in some sort of limbo until they actually died?
Right.
It's like whoever's, accidentally found themselves because there was 2 plane crashes on that island.
Right.
So there was a plane crash before. And there were souls that were there from that, and then there was this plane crash. So I mean, was it a time warp thing? Were they somewhere, someplace?
Right.
It didn't really answer all the fucking questions that you wanted to have answered.
Right.
So
anyway, I think that's where I'm at. Where I just lost interest, and I think I'm at the point where I just lost interest with Walking Dead. To be honest with you, it killed my interest level. To be honest with you, it really did.
It does. It just it's like because you're psyched and excited and want to see this, and then they just fuck with you.
You're right.
Where no other successful show is fucking with you.
Yep.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh well.
But I still give them shit. I'll give them shit.
And spew vitriol.
Yes. Only towards one person.
Right.
Right. Scott M. Gimple, you fuck. Fucking cock fuck. Piece of shit motherfucker, man. There's nobody on the planet I despise more.
Right.
Dude, it goes Scott M. Gimple than the devil. In my mind. Scott M. Gimple than the devil.
You believe in the devil?
No, I'm just saying evil.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So all evil around the entire world is second to Scott M. Gimple. So it goes Scott M. Gimple,
sure.
Orlando Shooter.
Sure.
Just take whatever evil and terrible thing and just put it below Scott M. Gimple. There's no 1 in 1A. It's 1 Scott M. Gimple. Fuck, Scott M. Gimple probably even takes the first 3 slots.
Why do you suppose the devil or people hate the devil so much?
Because you're told you're supposed to.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Because like in Catholic schools and stuff like that, I mean, like that's the going to hell is the fear.
Right.
That's what they instill in you.
Right.
That's what you're indoctrinated with. Is the fear of the devil,
right?
And the fear of hell and that fiery damnation,
right? I actually got into it with a pastor once, and he banished me from coming back to
to the church.
To the church, and he was preaching about the devil, and I said the same thing. I said,
"Because you're just one of these guys that questions everything,
right?"
Yeah.
And I said, he's like, "Does anybody have any questions about what I just read?" And I said, "Yeah, I got a question." He was like, "Yeah, Christian." I was like, why does everybody hate the devil so much? And dude, you should have seen. There was like 60 to 70 people in that room.
Was there some of this?
Yeah, I mean, there was like everybody turned.
Just gasps.
Everybody turned around and looked at me, and he goes, "I'm sorry, ask that again." And I said, "Why do you suppose people hate the devil so much?" And he goes, "Is that a serious question?" And I go, "Absolutely, it's a serious question."
I'm curious.
And he goes, I don't even know how to answer that.
Yeah.
And I went, well, I'm just curious, you know? And he goes, because he's evil, he tempts us, and he just went through all of this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I'm just like, well, take the example with Adam and Eve, right? Which you just read from.
Yeah.
And I go, God plants this tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And God basically says, do not eat from the tree of knowledge.
Correct.
Remain stupid.
Yes.
And they're all everybody's looking at me. And I went, so the devil says, no, you should have knowledge. You should know about, you know, things.
Yes.
You should be able to, you have free will. He's given you free will. You can do this.
Yeah.
He shouldn't remove you from knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, why is that a bad thing? You know, why is that a bad thing that that they're not allowed? I mean, I go, why can't they have knowledge?
I can just see this pastor's head explode.
Oh, dude, his face is going bright red.
Yeah.
And I go, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Is it kind of seems to me is God is sort of the guy that's the
holding us back.
Right. And I go, he doesn't want us to have knowledge? Why?
Yeah.
But the devil does. The devil's saying, yes, have knowledge.
Yeah.
You deserve knowledge.
Jesus Christ,
and dude, he says, Christian, he goes, get up right now. And I went, okay. And I'm thinking he's going to answer my question.
Yeah.
Or he's like, leave. Don't ever come back. I don't want to ever see you here again. If I see you here, I'm calling the police. And I went, and I start laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he goes, dude, this isn't funny. And he goes, I'm being dead serious. And I go, oh, shit, you're being serious.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I'm being dead serious.
Yes.
Leave.
Wow.
And I went, wait, so I can't pose the question? You know what I mean? I can't ask the question?
Yeah.
This is where you give me the insight as to why
Yes. Yes.
it is what it is.
Guide to me.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm looking to you.
Guide me, O Holy One.
And he goes, get out. Leave. And I went, man, fuck this place.
Yeah. That's almost like how the left. It's
Right.
like almost how the left deals with the right.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
here's some questions and I need some answers.
Right.
Fuck you, you're a racist and a bigot.
Right.
Well, why can't you just answer my question?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so it's their first, well, I hope you die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's their argument.
Right.
Like, when they start to lose, you know, this guy banishes you from the church.
Right,
Because
right.
he can't.
Right.
He can't. He doesn't even, because he can't answer it.
Right.
He can't answer it in a way
Mm-hmm.
that proves the devil is total evil.
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
And that kind of thing.
And the girl I was dating at the time, she said, I can't see you anymore. And I was like, yeah, I kind of gathered that.
It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. And the only reason why I was going to that church anyway was because
it's 'cause of her.
I was dating her.
Yeah. Which that's, I don't know.
But then after that, I was like, dude, I'm never dating fucking religious chicks ever again.
Nah, I don't need to. You know?
But yeah, I mean, it was an eye-opening experience.
Yeah, so it's just, yeah. I mean, that's a question that, you know. Because the Bible tells us so.
Right. And
That's the answer.
well, that's what I said to one guy over at college.
Yeah.
And I asked him the same question, and he
Yeah.
said, well, that's what God commands.
Yes.
That's what the book commands.
Yes.
And I said, is that what God commands?
Yeah.
Or is that what the book commands?
That's what the book commands.
I said, you just said two different things.
Yes.
He said,
You're correct.
He said, well,
Correct.
He said, well, the book is the word of God, so God commands it.
But it's the word of God written by who?
Right.
Man.
And I said, so take, I forget what I said, what book I was reading at the time. And I just posed the question. I said, take this book. Is it reality or is it fiction?
Correct.
And he goes, well, it's fiction. And I go, so check this out. I bury this book.
Mm-hmm.
Books go extinct.
Mm-hmm.
It gets found 10,000 years later by a new civilization. We don't have books. We don't have technology because we've blasted ourselves back to the Stone Age.
Yep. Found this thing made of paper with words on it.
How likely is that book going to be taken as the gospel truth?
This is the way it was 10,000 years ago.
And he goes, well, no, I think that's different. Well, no, how is that different?
How is it? Yeah, it's because it's not. It's not any different.
He's like, but there's several books found, several Gospels. And I go, yes, but they're all related. So they're all technically from the same book, just scattered apart.
Correct.
Because of time.
I mean,
right?
if anybody that doesn't know how the Old Testament was written, how the Old Testament was put together.
Well, it was written 200 years after Jesus' death.
Correct. And it was a group of leaders got together and decided which stories were going to go into the Bible. Is what they did.
Well,
so they got together. They had a meeting. I mean, I'm simplifying it.
Right.
That's why it wasn't like the burning bush or the tablets from the top of the mountain.
Right. Oh. Well, that's why you should watch. That's why you should watch Zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Because before Jesus, it was the Egyptian god Horus.
Yes.
Same story.
Yeah.
Was crucified or whatever.
Yeah.
Rose after 3 days. I mean, dude, watch Zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Before the Egyptian god Horus, there was in the I forget which specific people it was, but the Anunnaki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have testaments of
of their god
of almost to a T.
Dude, and not to mention you have the Roman and the Greek god system, how they had separate gods for each thing. It's like how does that become paganism? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, is that an awakening? Is that a religious awakening?
Yeah. Now those of you, now those of you who are like extremely religious out there, in no way, shape, or form am I attacking the church. Because
I'll attack the church.
Well, I'm just.
I have a major issue with organized religion.
Well, sure. I can agree to that. But in no way, shape, or form am I saying God does exist. But no way, shape, or form am I saying God doesn't exist.
Keep your fucking pamphlets off my car.
My best answer is the answer that the best answer that Neil deGrasse Tyson gave, which is, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the best answer.
There's no evidence either way. But then, of course, then you say that and you go, well, what about this?
Right.
What about this? We have this. We have these things that have happened. How do you explain this?
Right.
I can't. The same as I can't explain that. I can't explain that.
Right.
Well, Neil deGrasse, I can't explain the invisible guy in the sky.
Neil deGrasse Tyson explains it really well. He's like, just because you don't understand the way something happened doesn't mean that it has supernatural powers or supernatural characteristics associated with it. Yeah. It just means you don't understand what happened.
Yes. And in the way the human mind works, we have to put something on it.
Right.
We have to. There has to be an explanation. And if we can't explain it this way, then we explain it spiritually.
Right. Another way. Right.
Well,
if we can't explain it by science, then we explain it
by God.
Right.
Yes. Obviously, this is what happened.
Right.
I was in my truck.
Right.
And I was going to go down and pick up Bobby Sue.
Right.
And lo and behold, tornado. I only survived by the grace of God.
Right. Right.
That's, like, as you say, it had nothing to do with physics.
Right. Right. Right.
You know?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it had everything to do with
physics. But see, because, like, my question is, it has everything to do with physics. My question is, if God is so loving and kind, why does he pick the baby and sends the baby in the tornado 22 miles away and kills the baby? Well, that's just God's plan. God's plan is to kill babies with tornadoes?
Right. Right.
What?
Well, then you have the Jehovah's Witnesses that say, it was the work of the devil. You know what I mean? Okay. And if it was the work of the devil, then why did God allow
it to happen? Isn't he all powerful and all knowing?
Why did he allow the devil to
do it?
Operate?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why didn't he intervene with a different tornado? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
or a different gust of wind or something.
That sacked it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something.
Yeah. Or just reach down from the heavens and touch the tornado and made it go away.
Right.
Whatever you can do.
Right. Like, not in my house. Like,
yeah, just whatever.
You know?
Yeah. Because you have horrible shit happen all the time.
Right.
Just like with this Anton Yelchin guy.
Dude, what a freak accident.
You get run over by your own car.
Right. But, I mean...
So, where's God?
Right.
It
was his time.
Jesus Christ.
No,
because there needs to be another Star Trek movie.
The page turned. His name was on it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And God called him home.
For fuck's sake. No. There's still a fourth fucking Star Trek movie to be made. Now what do we do?
Right.
Chekhov's got to die?
Right.
In this in this storyline,
right?
In this timeline.
So if you're not familiar with who Anton Yelchin is, he was in the Star Wars movies.
Star Trek.
Star Wars. Star Trek movies. He was
it's getting late.
He was the Russian guy.
Chekhov.
And then he was also an Alpha Dog. He's been in lots of stuff. What's the that movie that he did where Odd Thomas. He was the lead of Odd Thomas, which was a great fucking flick, by the way.
Well, I got this. I'm going to give you this one because there's a new indie project that was coming out
with him associated with it.
Yeah. Called Green Room.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Captain Luke Picard is in it. Interesting.
Get past the red pimp.
Okay, I'm with the Ain't Rights from Washington, D.C. You guys are hard to find. Why no social media presence?
Music is shared.
They're a band.
Interesting.
It's time. And
this is something I would definitely watch.
You got to be there.
Sorry, guys, we got to clear out.
So they're like a startup band.
And then it's over. Oh shit.
I told you to follow. Stop!
So he walks in on a murder in the green room where they left.
You can't keep us here. You gotta let us go.
So they're witnesses. Yeah.
You're just staying.
So they're witnesses to this murder.
So fucking dead, guys.
What do we do? Oh shit.
This will be over soon, gentlemen.
What are they doing?
They're coming.
Wow.
And we die.
What a powerful movie.
Yeah.
For sure that is.
Where's that pep talk? Just grab some shit, get ready to run.
Here we go. I see the bad moon rising. I see.
I haven't seen this one.
On the way.
They're everywhere.
Wow.
You breathing? Let him bleed.
Careful now.
Oh. The music they chose for it is fucking amazing too.
I can't die here.
So don't.
Oh, Jolly fuck.
It's fucking hard, man.
Wow.
Man. Yeah.
Powerful
So
movie.
that's even so I mean so that's the fucking dude 27 years old.
Right.
27, top of the world.
Yeah, so if you don't know what happened out there, he came home, I think it was like 9 o'clock at night or something like that, or it was like midnight or something. I don't know. It was nighttime. He got out of his car, parked in front of his house, and he was in some Jeep. And he got out and sort of, I don't know if it was rolling backwards or forwards, and it pinned him in between his mailbox, which is made from brick, and the gate entering his house.
Yeah, it's like it'd be like a brick column, like the side of your gate.
Right.
Yeah.
And pinned him in between that and the car, and then he died as a result of his injuries at the hospital.
Yeah. Because he was supposed to meet his friend somewhere.
Right.
And he didn't show up, so they got concerned, so they went over to his house and they found him like that. Yeah. Imagine rolling up.
Right, and seeing your friend like
fucking
that.
There's Anton.
Yeah.
Fucking stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great actor, though. I think he was. He had a tremendous.
Dude, I
career
fell
ahead
in
of
love
him.
with him immediately in that first Star Trek movie.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, dude, if you watch Odd Thomas, you'll love Odd Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, say, I mean, I might have to go back and watch some of this other shit. But, dude, I saw a mini trailer for that Green Room, and I'm like,
right.
Fuck, I am all over this.
Right.
Because the mini trailer they showed, it was like a minute and a half, and they just showed them grabbing their stuff and walking out into that hallway.
Right.
Him forgetting his phone and his charger. And it was that fast that with them leaving the room halfway down the hallway, realizing, shit, turns around and goes back. And it was that fast that something happened in that green room.
Right.
And there's a dead person on the floor with these other guys in there. And it's, I don't know, if it seems like it's mafia related in some, like if it's like it's backwoods mafia, you know what I mean? So it's like hillbilly mafia kind of a thing is what it seems like it is. And so now they're caught up in this thing. So they're witnesses to this murder, and now they're trapped in a situation. They're trying to get out of it.
Right.
So I mean, yeah. So it's it's
sure
one of those things.
It looks good.
But yeah. So I'm
hearts go out to Anton Yelchin and his family.
I mean, only so far
because
I didn't know the guy.
Well, I mean,
and I'm not associated with him.
Well, I
can give his friends, his family, the co-stars in the movies and stuff like that.
Right.
They knew him.
Right.
It's devastating to them.
Right.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow.
Right.
And it's not like he's missing from my life.
Right. No. But I mean, but it sucks the way he died. He was an actor that was
Dude, but it turns out to be just fucking just a dumb thing.
Right. Well, I mean, he was an actor well on his way. I believe that he was going to be something. You know what I mean? So
no,
I don't know. Sucks.
It's So I mean, yeah, it's fucking Christ. And Meatloaf collapses on stage.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I'm like,
was it a heart
enough
attack?
Fucking people dying.
Right, heart attack or
I don't know. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe possibly. Not. They said it was dehydration. They said it was dehydration that he'd collapsed. I thought I had a video of it, but I can bring it up.
Nah, it's all good.
It's just the way that he collapsed. It's not like he went ugh and fell. He was like
oh, it took him
and
a while.
still singing.
Right.
Right, kind of a thing. So it was one of those. It wasn't this horrendous type thing.
He wasn't in the middle of I will do anything for love.
No, he was in the middle of everything I'll do for love.
He was?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What a song to go down in.
Yeah. No, that's what he was. See, like he's on his back, like right here.
I'd be like, dude, get your ass back up. You need to finish the fucking song.
News. I want just a video. I don't need the full breakdown and everything else of everything that was going on. That might be the only thing we get.
All right, Hero News. Hero News.
So, but speculation, the guy loves attention.
Well,
sure. Possibilities of things.
Well, he went on stage here as Meatloaf, and he left as Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson. His name was Robert Paulson. In death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name. This man's name was Robert Paulson. He's still singing.
Right.
Well, maybe they are. Oh, so then they stop it. Meatloaf, we love you! Somebody...
No, he doesn't sing. He goes down.
Okay. Yeah, so it was like the... Okay. So it was the background singers.
Right. But I love how his staff immediately goes out there.
Sure.
They don't hesitate.
Dude.
Good shit.
Well, probably because they work for the... they learned from The Walking Dead. This is our moneymaker.
Right.
By God, we better make sure we're out there.
Right.
And take care of this money machine.
I mean, poor guy, dude.
Yeah. I mean, he's not the healthiest of individuals.
He needs to... He needs to lay off the hometown buffet a bit.
He's been, a heavy guy.
Right.
Even all the way back to Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I shouldn't say that. I should say he should take care of himself.
He should take care of himself.
Right.
No, it's fine.
He should be a little healthier.
Just one trip through the buffet is enough. Not the whole buffet. Just start with salad.
Right.
Okay? Right. Start with the salad part. Fill up a little bit. So then it's not all chicken wings and macaroni and cheese.
Get some water in there.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Yes. And then once you get the burp, push the plate away.
Right.
All right. I don't know if you get the burp. I get the burp.
Yes.
Do you get the burp?
I get the hiccup, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I've eaten too fast, I get the hiccup. And
Okay.
my body, it's my body's way of saying, yo, dude,
slow down.
You ate a lot
in
a short period of time.
And you didn't breathe.
Right.
Because now you need air.
Go easy.
Yeah.
Like, take a break.
I get the burp. So I get the stomach's full burp.
I get the...
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's when I know. That's my
All right.
cue. All right. I got to take a break.
Yeah.
If I'm still hungry in 20 minutes, you know,
Okay.
I'll know to keep going.
Okay.
But if in 20 minutes I'm like, you know,
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm all right.
I'm okay.
That makes sense. Yeah. Dude, it's just so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I hit that burp.
Right.
Burp.
That's funny.
Like it's full. Everything the shit there was like an air pocket that was in there. It comes up. Done.
Mm-hmm.
You're full. You can't there's no more room. Knock it off.
I want to see best of E3. That's what I want to see.
So
let's talk about some.
So
E3
E3 was last week.
Right.
So like I was all over just all of this different fucking thing coming out.
Yeah, man, they had some fucking amazing stuff.
So,
that
I don't know if you saw this one.
I did not. Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Interesting name for a title. It's hard to say.
Well, it's Kojima. He's the shit.
Right.
Metal Gear Solid guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, I need to give it to you this way. There's no other way to watch this trailer this way. I don't care if we disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way to watch this trailer than full screen, 40 inches.
This is insane. This is all animated.
Yeah. Well, wait until you see who the star is. You'll know who the star is.
Yeah. I already have a feeling. I already recognize his face.
Yes. That's how good... Dude, look at these crabs.
Right. I mean, dude, the animation is unreal.
But watch. Dude, we need to turn the fucking light on. Hold on.
Wow. I mean, the animation on this is just insane. I mean, the how they captured the grain of sand on the crab and...
All right, now you see how the handcuffs are like futuristic?
Yeah.
Look, it's a baby.
Right.
See the handprints on his body?
Yeah.
And around him.
Mm-hmm.
Norman Reedus.
Wow.
Dude, look at that.
Is that baby alive or is it dead?
I think it's dead. He's noticing it.
Wow.
Little handprints
are now touching him.
Along with the big handprints that are all over his body. Mm-hmm. And then he had little baby handprints. He's got scars on his belly.
Right. So he's hallucinating? I'm not sure what's going on.
Nobody does. It's just trying to figure out what... He's got like these things on his necklace.
Well, that's interesting. He's got 5 things on his neck, and there are 5 floating beings.
Yep. All the dead whales and fish.
Mm-hmm. Terrible music choice.
Dude, I think it's great.
I think it's awful.
Ah, dude. Hideo Kojima game. Norman Reedus in. Dude, just look at the water.
Mm-hmm.
Death Stranding.
It seems interesting. I mean, the graphics look intense for it to be a PlayStation 4 game.
But see, that is what he's done. Okay?
Mm-hmm. I mean, do they even have engines that is going to support?
That's it.
That movement?
That's gotta... You're looking.
Right. When is that supposed to come out?
That's just a teaser, dude. That's going to be 2017 written all over.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that's.
I don't understand that.
So this is because this is E3.
No, I understand.
Okay, so it's your. We're bringing you.
I get it. But like, what I'm talking about is like when L.A. Noire was first announced.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember L.A. Noire.
I do.
When L.A. Noire was first announced, I was fucking stoked.
Yeah.
They were talking about how they had facial recognition.
Yeah.
They were using all kinds of new engines that they hadn't used before.
Was that still like PS3, Xbox One?
Right, that was PS3.
Okay.
So, dude, when I found out about it, I was super excited.
Yeah.
So then the game company pushed it a year.
Yeah.
And then realized, okay, well, we're still not ready to release it, so they pushed it another year.
Yeah.
And then they pushed it another year.
Yeah.
So it went a full 3 years from the moment that they said we're ready to release it.
Because depending on
that fucking bothers me to no
it
end.
does. It is. But depending on who's doing it,
right?
Which studio is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Do they lose funding?
Right.
Because dude, they're major productions, so it's
Right.
just like a movie production or a TV show.
Right.
Hey,
Sure.
We've gotten this far.
Right.
Ah, crap. We
Yeah,
ran out of
yeah,
money,
absolutely.
and we're trying to. This is the type of thing
Absolutely.
we're trying to, and whatnot. So, are you a Resident Evil guy?
I am. I lost interest though after Resident Evil 4, 5, and
yeah.
when they had the zombies.
I did up
talking
to
Spanish.
Yeah, I did up to Code Veronica. So
I didn't go that far.
I partial of that, but
right,
dude, Resident Evil 2. I don't know how many times I played through that, both sides, all the way through. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I was at the point where I was like recording it,
right,
with on VHS, because like it played like a movie. So like I recorded it, like
right.
Dude, I got it down to where I could get through it
mm-hmm.
in the fastest amount of time,
right,
and everything else. So it was crazy,
right.
But so there's Resident Evil 7, Biohazard.
Right, I heard about this. I've seen a little bit.
It's not
about it.
It doesn't look like it's your normal Resident Evil
mm-hmm.
Type game.
So Biohazard.
So it's Resident Evil Biohazard.
Right. Wow.
It's more along the lines of. Well, you'll see. It's just I don't know what the storyline's going to be yet.
She's back.
She's back, he says. She's back. Who's back?
Right.
So I don't know where they're at. I don't know if they're in the original mansion here. It's just this
right.
dilapidated house. Ghosts sighted? So I don't know if like they're investigating something.
I was raised in a deep dark hole, a prisoner with no parole. They locked me up and took my soul.
It's just like dead fish again. Like I don't know what this is. But it's just like dead fish and
right.
gurneys and. I mean, it looks kind of like the mansion,
right,
from the first one,
right.
So it's like this, like scouring type of thing, throughout some house,
right,
and whatnot. With flashlights and
right.
You're looking for things and seeking for things. And
well, it's very reminiscent of Resident Evil. What 1? 2?
That's what I was saying, because the first one takes place in the mansion, on the grounds, and you were in the mansion upstairs, and then in the facility down below, and all that stuff. And so then trying to figure out, okay, what are the ghosts about and stuff like that. So you've got that one. Farpoint, Spider-Man. They teasing. Days Gone.
Days Gone. That's interesting. What's that all about? I heard a little something about that. God, it's annoying.
Yeah, you just got to verify your age. I mean, it's not even that bad,
right?
I don't think it's gonna be like a devastating type thing. Of course, everything's like so morose.
Someone asked me once if I remembered how it all went down.
Post-apocalyptic.
As if it happened so
I
long
love
ago
that.
anyone could forget. So yeah, I remember. I remember when our homes and our towns turned into graveyards. When the wilderness became our only hope for survival. I remember when the planes fell out of the skies. When the trains stopped running. When the turbines shut down. And the world went dark.
It looks like open world.
I remember
I
when
dig
they
that.
put up the razor wire. Like it was gonna stop anything. When the feds ran out of body bags.
Rope.
And some of us sort of lost our minds.
I think he's dead.
Some lost more than that. Much more. I remember when we lived by a code, when brotherhood meant something, and living meant more than surviving.
It's Glenn.
Goddamn liar!
So yeah, I remember how
Getting
it
a
all
baseball
went down.
cap.
Right.
It's Glenn.
No, I don't give a damn about any of that. You know what I remember most?
Shane. Abraham.
Riding the open road.
Right.
The smell of your hair. The touch of your skin. I remember you. But those days are gone. Now I'm a drifter. A bounty hunter. A mercenary. And for me, the broken road is all that's left. But I'll always remember.
Okay, terrible trailer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, they're just gonna. It's all teaser stuff.
Right, but
so I mean, they gave you a little bit. So they gave you. It's.
Is it zombie game?
I'm sensing infected. I'm sensing infected.
See,
of
that's
some
what I'm
kind.
confused about.
Yeah.
If you want to draw me in,
Yeah.
give me something.
Because
And
the
you've given
feds.
me
Because there
nothing.
was a scene. Well, there was a quick snippet of guys in hazmat suits.
Right.
So there was a quick that, and then the feds ran out of body bags, so
Sure.
people are dying quickly.
Are people infected? Is it zombies? Is it what the
so
fuck is it?
it's probably like a combination of. So it's
Right.
It's who knows.
That's what I hate, dude. Be clear about what the fuck you're selling.
Yeah. We have the obligatory Call of Duty game. So that's coming out. God of War.
Yeah, he has a beard now.
So this one
Interesting.
is going to be like a reimagining of that, of the God of War
Right.
games. Which I think, I mean, God of War was the one game with the largest bosses ever.
Right.
Little kid playing with toys.
Right. Fuck, what the fuck you want?
Cabin.
Always fucking with me when I'm playing.
Yeah.
Belongs to you now.
Oh, thanks, Dad. A knife.
What for?
A test. She taught you to hunt, yes?
Yes, sir.
Then show me what you know. I am hungry. Feed us.
You're 10.
Right.
You are hunting deer.
Which way?
I mean, I was right around the same age when my dad sort of did something similar. I mean, I'm serious.
Told you to pick up a knife and threw a bow at you?
No, we went out hunting, and we came across a deer, and he gave me he told me to shoot.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. You guys drink the blood and eat the heart?
Oh, yeah, all of that.
Ugh.
Dance naked till the sun came up.
Painting your naked bodies.
Right.
Refresh. This way.
So this was like actual gameplay footage here.
Yeah. See, I like that.
Oh, I knew something fell off in the forest.
Keep moving.
No shit. Nice. Magic axe.
Mm-hmm. Well, he took it from him.
If you give me my bow back, I can help you fight. I'm ready.
You have yet to prove that.
I need a chance.
You had a chance.
I need another.
Then find that deer.
Yeah, so there's that father and son hunting. Holy shit. Oh!
Father!
It is time. I will bring it down. You will kill it.
Wow. Yeah, they always had the largest bosses.
Yeah.
Nice. I will bring it down. You will kill it.
Right.
Face plants the giant.
No, boy. Do it.
You shitty fucking shot.
Off the ice. No.
Wow, the gameplay's amazing.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Kill the kid.
Your deer is getting away.
Yes, sir.
I think it's his son.
Yeah, yeah. She taught you to hunt, didn't she?
Right.
Meaning his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Good.
A bonding moment. So it's like a tutorial, to help you learn how to play the game, like a father and son hunt,
Right.
type of thing. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. So I mean, so you got that.
Oh,
so
he killed the white stag.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. And then they just got other random shit going on. Gravity Rush 2, Abzu, Dishonored 2.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Prey, Titanfall 2.
I didn't play the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was like. Then you got Pyre. So there's just so I mean
Yeah.
So there was a lot of video games and electronic and stuff coming out at E3.
I mean, that Norman Reedus one definitely has my interest captivated.
Dude.
They did a great trailer.
Yeah, but he's always done that shit. Hideo.
Right.
Hideo Kojima.
But the Days Gone one,
Yeah.
I have more questions than
Yeah, maybe that was their intent.
anything,
Yeah. Maybe that was their intent. Let's see if this is what I was looking for.
I see.
Yeah. There it is.
On the way.
Yeah. So I was looking for that song. Yeah. So you're like, hey, I want that song. So it's just, it's just a bad moon rising.
Right.
So. All right, dude. USA's playing. I got to go home.
Yep.
I might make it home for the second half.
There you go. That's all I got.
Yeah. Appreciate it, everybody. Goddamn. That was a action-packed show.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of shit in there.
Gave you 13 extra minutes.
Goddamn right. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at Big Bad Dumb. You can go to the website, bigbaddumb.com. You can follow us you can get us on iTunes. Subscribe to the podcast there. We'll be back on Thursday with another live show, 7 to 9 p.m. I'm pretty sure we'll have some other shit to talk about. Other than that, I'm Joe.
I'm Christian.
We gotta go.
Peace.
See ya.